Hello, welcome. Hi, MS. I guess you haven't seen me on here on Mondays. Sorry you've missed me. I'm here on Mondays, and Tuesdays. Welcome, everyone. I was trying to work on having the learning circle in Discord because it would just be better because then you guys could talk to me. But instead here, this is the only place I can get people to show up. So hello. Hello. How you doing, Bianca? We are just gathering for this learning circle this week. I was here last week. I hope you all are well. You're glad I'm doing it here? Okay. MS, I kind of like Discord. Discord is an app that is a form of social media that's away from Facebook, right? Yeah. So welcome. I'm glad you're all here. If you have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the comments. Hey T, how's it going? Sorry you've been missing me. I don't know how long it will be today. I had some dental work today. I don't feel my greatest, but you know, I feel okay. How's everybody doing? You guys have questions? T, it might just be that the people around you are going through some shit. There's a lot of astrological happenings right now. It's pretty intense for most of us, I think. Probably, Rachel. Do you have anything in Virgo? I was feeling a little off because sorry, Leo. Mars was in late degree Leo. And it was on top of my Venus. And so anytime, really honestly, I don't think it matters like what planet it's visiting, but if you have something in late degree Leo, you might be feeling it. And, you know, I don't know how well you know your astrology chart, but that's, well, Rachel, that's what's going on. You're in Aries. Saturn's moving into Aries. You're going to have an intense time. Yep. So, Rachel, what's actually happening is you have Saturn, right, obviously. If you're in Aries, but you could still have something going on in Leo. Everybody has all 12 zodiacs in their chart. It's just a matter of how strongly that is expressed. Rachel, Saturn and Neptune just moved into Aries in the last month or so. So that's probably what you're feeling. Neptune will be there for a long time, but you'll probably get used to it after a while. Saturn will be there for a while too. A couple years. But it will settle down. It's most uncomfortable when it first comes in, when it leaves, or when it is conjunct your sun. So what you would have to do is look at your chart and see what number is next to the sun. And then that would be the degree in which your sun is. If you're looking, I have a sort of getting started guide you might want to consider. You can get 50% off your beginner's guide to your astrology chart. You can download it at my website there, divineandrogen.com/shop2. And if you go to that link and use that code LIVE50, you'll get 50% off. And I think it's just a couple bucks for that guide. And it's just a guide to help you understand your astrology chart just a little bit more and how to get it, how to kind of start reading it for free. Okay. You're welcome, Rachel. And of course, I do astrology readings all the time, and I'm happy to look at your chart. I personally think if you're not, if you're not trying to be an astrologer, then just get yourself a reading, once or twice a year with a decent astrologer that looks at your chart and helps you understand what's going to happen for the year. If I look at your chart, I'm going to tell you dates. I'm going to give you dates for the coming year. And I'm going to say on this day, around this day, and around this day, this is going to happen. Good things are going to happen. This is going to happen. This could be intense. This could be fun. This could be challenging. That's what I do. That's what an astrology reading is. It's a forecast for the upcoming year. Astrology with transits. I offer that reading. So, I find astrology is more accurate than any other form of divination. By far. Yeah, there's nothing that compares to it, especially in its accuracy. Sorry you've been working so much, Bianca. Oh my gosh, Bianca. Bianca was talking about my recent travels. Okay. All right, Rachel. My website is divineandrogen.com. You can book there. Bianca, we went from Colorado to the East Coast to see my grandchildren. We took a train. It's the first time we ever took a train. We rented a little room, because it's a 2 nights, 2 overnights to get from Colorado to Pennsylvania. And let me just say, all trains are not created equal. It was okay. Got kind of sick from the rocking and the shaking, especially on the older trains. The newer trains were much nicer, way smoother, and the rooms were nicer too. So, frankly, I appreciated those rooms the most. I really liked those. So, it was a different way to travel, that's for sure. But I did appreciate it. So it was interesting. That's for sure. It was interesting. So, has anyone else ever traveled via train? Then when I got out there, I rented a truck and went and picked up my grandkids and took them to witch camp for a week and, you know, taught them about being a witch for a week. And then sent them back home. And, well, we did a little bit of homeschooling stuff first. We went to like Plymouth Rock and stuff like that. So, in Massachusetts. How do you connect with spirits? Do you hear them or see them? When you sit with someone to do a reading, does a flood of spirits come to you? Like, they know you're getting ready to do that, so they surround you? I have more control over it, Rachel. So I have guides, and my guides control the flow of spirits, so I'm never overwhelmed. Sometimes I can feel a little bit of the pressure, but that usually happens during live readings like this, where a whole bunch of people are listening. Those are actually way more exhausting and draining. They know, spirits on the other side definitely know who the mediums are. It's like we have like a target on our heads or something. I hear with my ear behind my ear. I see with the eye behind the eye. So it's not like the way you're seeing me or the way you're hearing me right now. I see things. I don't usually see them, but sometimes some people do. Some mediums do. And like Sarah Redcrow clearly does, because she'll give you a full description of what they look like. I guess what they did look like in their human body, right? But I don't usually see them, but they'll show me things about their life that have meaning, usually to the sitter. And then I usually also have claircognizance, which is when you suddenly just know something. I usually also have clairsentience, which is kind of like when you're feeling something. So like I'll feel tightness in the chest. Turns out they died of a heart attack, that kind of thing. And I'll have a lot of that. And I do kind of hear them in that, like, it's kind of like being whispering in your ear, but it's not like you're hearing me right now. It's more like hearing with your mind's eye. Yeah, it's more like hearing with your mind's eye. Way more like that. So, it's different for everybody. Every medium is completely different. I train a lot of mediums, and that's why I do mentorship, because I know that no medium will be like me. So, it's just kind of like, you just know it, right? Hi, Paige, and hi, Nandita, over in the mediums group. Welcome. And so, when not all mediums are, not all mediums are gonna hear and see. In fact, most don't. So, yeah. I hope I answered your question. It's more like seeing or engaging with your mind's eye. If you have any idea what that's like. It's not like hearing and seeing with me right now. Completely different. All right, so hopefully if you have any questions or anything like that, you'll put them in the comments. There is a really cool party. We were going to try to have it this Friday, and we could still do that depending on if we get enough signups. If not, we'll put it off till next week. But I think we're starting to get some signups actually. So there is a party this Friday with Nicole Hoop, me, Mama Cole, just about everybody. And we're all going to be doing readings. And so when you pay to attend the event, how it works is, first of all, so like the party, here's the link to it. I just put the link in there. And I'm going to put the link over in the group too, you guys. So the party is like an event where you can pay to attend. It's only like $15. And then you will witness me do my one-of-a-kind reading. One person that attends will win it. So you get a chance to win the jackpot, which would be for me to do an astrology death chart reading for your recently lost loved one. It doesn't have to be recent. For your lost loved one, for someone that's died. And I do their chart, and a death chart reading is very unique. It's very unusual. You know, I'm the only person that I know of that does it. And essentially, I look at the astrology chart of the person that has passed. And I help you, of course, I can see their personality traits and all of that stuff. And I can also see what was happening at that time of their death for them, emotionally, physically, or whatever. And I can look at that and help you understand the universe's view of their death. I can also look at the connection between you and your past loved one and make a connection like, were you soulmates or twin flames or soul contract, or what's the connection between you and this person, and what is their death supposed to teach you, and what are you supposed to take from this, right? These are really hard questions that often people that are grieving will ask a medium, and a lot of times mediums can't answer the question. It's just really hard to answer those questions. And so that's kind of what the mediumship astrology death chart. Yeah, it's called an astrology mediumship death chart. Yes, Rachel. You got most of it right. Just insert mediumship in there. Yep. Hi, Regina. It's a very unique reading, one of a kind. If you're in my mediums group, if you search Hollis and astrology, you will see hundreds of reviews. If you go to Google, you can see all the reviews there for that reading. It's very powerful. A lot of people find it really useful. And as far as I know, I'm the only astrologer that does it. If you'd like to attend the party, Rachel, or you could just book the reading if you want. But if you want to just come to the party and, take your chances, maybe you'll win it. The link to that is just scroll up a little bit. You'll see it. Welcome, Stacy. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So, there is a party going on Friday where if you don't win the reading with me, one person will win the reading, and I will demonstrate that reading in front of everyone. And then everyone else will get a reading with one of the mediums. It'll probably be a small, quickie type of reading, but we'll probably we might spin for it, but each person will get something probably. Okay, so just checking around, making sure there's no other questions. So that's like the astrology mediumship reading. Very interested in that. I lost my nan 6 months ago, and I feel so lost, like I knew one day she would go, but really expected her to live forever. Isn't that funny how we do that, Paige? I understand that. I kind of felt that way about my dad. He died when I was 25. So, I get it. I get it. But, just if you want to come check it out, because it's kind of hard for me to like demonstrate here, okay? That's what the party's for. It's just $15. It's on Friday. You'll get some sort of reading. And it's just kind of like a fun little party. The party is happening on Friday night. And everybody that it's in attendance to the party, there's a link to the event and the information that you need about the party. Everybody that's in attendance to the party gets a chance to win the reading. So you can actually win the reading. So you want to make sure you bring like birthday and time of birth if you have it, and death day and time of death if you have that, as well as your birthday, time, and place. So, yeah, it's a really powerful reading. And even if you don't get that one, maybe you'll get one of the other ones with one of the other mediums. Ah, okay. Well, Bianca, a lot of people had a great time last week. If nothing else, it's a fun thing to do. If you're available on Friday night, a lot of people really enjoyed it. It was kind of like a little, it's like a party, and it was fun. And it was fun to watch other people get readings, and it was fun for all of us to be there. We do it in Zoom. It's private. It's recorded. The only people that get a copy of the recording are the people that are in attendance, so it's not public at all. It's a private it's a private party, and it's only $15, right? Most of us can afford $15. So so that's on Friday. I hope you guys can make it. Last week was really, we have a lot of reviews for last week. If you go in the mediums group, there was a whole bunch of reviews from people that attended the party last week, and they really had a great time. It was really fun. You just click on the link, Stacy, inside that event that I just gave. If you click on the link I gave you, there's a link in there that says get tickets. Let's see if I can get that link real quick. Oh, here we are. Tickets. All right. So here's the link to get tickets. And you'll know that you got a ticket because you'll get an email. Paige, if you go to this buy tickets thing, it will convert it for you. It will sense what country you're in, and it will change the time zone for you. Yep, I'm pretty sure in Australian time it's like Saturday morning. Pretty sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I checked it. I'm pretty sure it's like Saturday morning, but I'm not sure exactly what time. Great. I'd love to have you, Stacy. I think a lot of people would really enjoy it. It's really a lot of fun, really. If nothing else, it's just fun, to watch the astrology reading, which is unique. No one else does that. And the astrology mediumship reading is really powerful. And you know, when you're, and then it's, I sense things too. So I also bring things through. It's not just astrology, and astrology is very powerful. And we start to recognize, how important astrology really is and how it guides our life and how important that map is. So I hope you will be there, Stacy. I look forward to it. It's a lot of fun. It's really good. Yeah. And, you know, tomorrow, Nicole will be live for a little bit. She's going to come on and talk about the party and maybe do a couple readings. But I hope I get to see you guys Friday night. Come hang out with us. It will definitely be fun. Right, exactly, Paige. I'm pretty sure it's Saturday morning, so, okay. How's everybody else holding up with things in the world? I know the world's a very intense place right now for most of us. So how are you all holding up? And do you have any questions about things? I'm happy to answer questions about spirituality or mediumship or astrology or, you know, anything like that. Have you guys checked out my digital shop? It's really awesome. There's lots of great stuff you can get there. I have the Astrology Beginner's Guide, which is just a few bucks, and it helps you know, there's your 50% off. It helps you know about, like, how to find your sun, moon, and rising, and just, like, basic how to get started reading your chart. It's just a few bucks. I also have another guide in there on how to connect with your spirit guides. And then I also have another class in there that's actually like 5 video classes, plus cheat sheets and everything on how to learn how to do astrology. So it's like kind of a 101 master class type of deal. So, you know, if you just go to that link right there, divineandrogen.com/shop-2. So, you know, there's lots of guides there. Also, you might want to check out Bright Hawk's guided meditations, which we will be working on this week. Bright Hawk and I, just go ahead and put your question in the comments. Go ahead, Tori. Oh, Rachel, good. I'm so excited to have you be part of that. I seen someone signed up. I didn't see who it was yet. I'm also putting a link for Bright Hawk's guided meditations. Actually, I'm doing the voice in them, but you can also you can listen to them. There's lots of great. These are lots of great free resources. There's like one for stress relief, and there's one for grounding and embracing gratitude. There's In Bulk, which is in the wintertime. And then there's like Meet Your Loved One and Heal Your Grief. So it's like a guided meditation for that with my spouse's very unique instrument called a hand pan. And there's even like a start your day to positive thoughts type of thing, or meet your spirit guides. So if you guys go to that YouTube link I put, it's a playlist of the guided meditations that we've recorded so far. I'm sure we'll be adding some more here very soon, actually. I think the next one we're doing that I'm prepared to do, probably record it hopefully tomorrow, which would be the align all of your chakras type of thing. What was your question, Tori? Okay. Stacy said, I have a question. Why do I keep having nightmares of finding my son in his bedroom? It's like I keep living this nightmare over and over again. Stacy, is that what happened? Is that like actually what happened? And now you're, a lot of times, so let's just take a deep breath. A lot of times what happens there is that, you can just, your brain is trying to process what happened, because of course what happened was terrible, right, Stacy? So what happened to your son was terrible. And so your brain is trying to make sense of it. And so one of the ways to do that is to process it while you're sleeping. Um, I agree that it's not always like the best experience, especially if you're trying to heal grief. I don't know what happened to your son, but maybe doing an astrology mediumship reading might might actually be really nice for you. Maybe wow, 3 years ago, Stacy? Yeah. Why don't we do what let's look at the astrology and see if we can help your brain process it in a different way. And that's pretty much what's happening. It's okay. So we'll take a look at that, see if we can understand it more deeply. And then also maybe I can also take a look at your chart and see what's going on with your Neptune, and because Neptune is what rules dreams in your astrology chart, and see if I can find an alternative, or maybe find some ways that we can kind of get that dreaming to stop. Okay. So there are ways to do that. I would recommend booking a reading, but you can also just come and see it at the party if you'd like on Friday. There is a party. And so you could see what that reading is, see if you're open to it, see if you're okay with it. Maybe you'll even win it, right? If you're okay with people talking about that publicly. Hey, Tina. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of them on that. You didn't realize we had so many meditations. Yeah, we were making them for a while there, and then we took a little break to get our taxes done. Yeah, we took a break to get our taxes done. Can you believe that? Oh, neither of us are good at that. Like, we procrastinate it like crazy. Anyway, now we're back to our taxes are just barely done. And we're ready to get back to that. I actually just wrote the next meditation and we'll be recording that. So, I'm sorry about your son, Stacy. That really sucks. And, regardless of how he passed, we can take a look and maybe we could understand his emotional state more at the time. Maybe we could understand if something just happened to him, maybe with relationships or something else. You know what I mean? Like, it could be so many different things. So, yeah, there's a great fun little party today. Oh, fun, Paige. Okay. 9:30 in the morning. See, that's perfect. Oh, great. I'm so glad to be having you be part of that party's Paige. Awesome. Yeah, so we're going to be, if you come to the party, you might have a chance of winning that reading, or you might want to just book it privately for yourself. Yeah, that may not, Stacy, that probably, I'm not sure that would work, actually. That's not among the things I would probably recommend. I'd probably recommend, like, certain stones or certain exercises or meditation. So, Tori said, my question is about goodbye dreams. My dreams have always been so vivid, but when I have the goodbye dreams of my loved ones, it's almost like I never see them again in my dreams. I can hear them, but never see them. Is this people that are on the other side, already on the other side, and then you dream about them, Tori? Or is this people that are alive and in your life? So I need a little bit more detail about, I don't know what a goodbye dream is. Okay, so Tori, I'm assuming that these people that are in your dreams, they're on the other side. and they come through, and so they come through like one time to kind of say goodbye. And sometimes you can hear them in other dreams, but you don't see them. It's just because I think it's just the way the spirits do to help you recognize that they're past and they're not here, because they don't want your brain to get caught up or hooked on seeing them. And I think there's good reason for that, because the human brain is very reliant on sight. My father was blind, and I have a deep understanding of what sight means and what it does for people. And I would say that I think the spirits on the other side are trying to just help you understand that they're still past. They may also be trying to communicate, your guides might be trying to communicate with you that you're clairaudient and not that spirits come to you by whispering to your ear behind your ear, not necessarily, you're not necessarily going to see spirits in life. So they might be trying to communicate with you what clair for you to start with, which would be clairaudient or claircognizance. Claircognizance can sometimes feel like hearing, but it's not. It's actually when you just suddenly know something that you didn't know just a minute ago. And that's claircognizance. But sometimes that can kind of feel like they're whispering in your ear, because you can kind of hear it in a weird way. But you hear with your mind's eye, not the way you're hearing with me right now. It's more like you hear with your mind's eye. And so, so the dream might be indicating that you can hear, not see, or at least to start with that. Like, especially if you're trying to like connect to your guides or trying to connect to spirits on the other side. So they're communicating two different things there. So, okay. Does anyone else have any great questions? Great questions, you guys. I really appreciate you asking me questions. Sometimes, after a long time of doing this, you are like, what should I talk about? and I can answer just about any question. I've never actually stumbled across a question I couldn't answer. I can give you some sort of answer, so that's good. But you guys could challenge me and see if there's questions I can't answer, but most of the time I can. Our time will be up here very soon. So I'm glad that I stopped in for the Learning Circle this week. And keep in mind that if you are on Discord, I'm also on Discord. So if you joined me there, I would be able to hear you. And I would listen to you. And you could also ask questions that way. And as for, or you can try to catch it here. For now, I'll keep doing this. And I hope to see a lot of you at the party on Friday. Right? I have a wheel and everything. I spin a wheel. I'll send you an email Friday afternoon and let you know everything you need to know. Make sure you try to get the time, date, and place of the person's passing. Could you tell me what the best way to go about letting go of people that aren't serving me? That's funny, MS, because, I've actually had a lot of people come to me for this exact thing. And we call that, I'm a witch. So I believe that when we take action physically in a spiritual way, physically with things, that it helps our mind let go of things or process things or manifest things, depending on what we're doing, right? So in this instance, you want to let go of people that are not good for you. Now, I'm assuming there is a particular person If there's not a particular person and you're just completely surrounded by people that are really bad for you, then you want to work on changing your resonance. But if it's a particular person, then what you want to do is you want to not only change your resonance, yes, because if you change your, so what is resonance? Resonance is like your aura or your vibe or your energy. And when we have a particular resonance, certain people can't be around us. So, like, it's kind of a funny thing. I notice that certain people can't be around me for very long. They don't know what to say to me. They don't know how to talk to me. Um, and that's because their resonance is off. Like their resonance is of a different vibration than mine is. And it's like trying to put two instruments together that don't sound good together, okay? And so to change your resonance, there's a lot of ways. There's like, you want to do a lot of things. You want to like do yoga, you want to change your mindset, you want to, I would do a daily practice, and that could be yoga, meditation, somatic exercises, treating trauma, healing trauma, all of those kinds of things. Change your resonance. Now, also, if there's a particular person, then you want to do what I call a cord cutting, which, could also help change your resonance because witchcraft works that way. Because you're going to use sort of a spell to sort of deflect a person or keep a person away from you, okay? And so, or not thinking about you, okay? And so what you do is you take 2 candles and you put a string, you like tie a string around them, like little white candles, like little taper candles. And so then you start burning the candles and eventually they burn the string. And there's some things you can say around it. There's certain sort of elements you should set up doing it, and that's a spell. So I can do the spell with you and help you with the spell, help you set up the spell and customize the spell. And I usually do, if you just, one coaching session is enough for me to coach you on how to do that spell. So I have coaching sessions, or you can get, a whole package of coaching sessions, and then I'll help you change your resonance and do the spell. So, I'm glad that you're singing, and MS said, I have started singing and chanting more again. I'm so glad that you're doing that. That's another way. Playing music in general, any kind of music will change your resonance. Dancing will change your resonance. Art in general will change your resonance. And changing your resonance is a really powerful thing. Since my resonance has changed, I'm really grateful for it. Hi, Carrie. How you doing? How are you? Good to see you. So yeah, I think changing your resonance, I think while it's really hard to do, once you do it, it's kind of hard to go backwards. That's what you should know. And changing your resonance will sometimes have unanticipated results. But it's usually in your best interest. Okay? So, all right. Are there any other questions? Just looking around. Well, I hope I get to see you guys at the party on Friday. Carrie, maybe you come to the party on Friday. I don't know if you've heard about them, but they are just $15, and so you can get your tickets now. Oh, Tori, yeah, that's very common. The mentorship process, mostly you just buy a monthly package, which is very affordable. So if you go to my website and you click on Save Money with Packages, it doesn't even matter which one you click on. You can click on that button anywhere on my website, and it will take you to all of the packages that I offer. Choose the one for mediumship, and essentially that buys you a month or 4 1-hour meetings with me, um, and I just go through it with you, and I start just teaching you whatever you want to learn, whatever it is. Um, and there is grief coaching in there, so we could definitely work on grief, work on clearing the grief. Tori, definitely, Tori, I would recommend trying to get the astrology mediumship death reading, because that can definitely heal a lot of grief very quickly. And there is a party on Friday. It's just $15, and you do get a chance to win that. And you also, if you don't get that, you probably would get another reading with someone else. um, there'll be other mediums there with me after I demonstrate that reading. Um, but there will be other mediums also. So, oh no, Carrie. I hope you can make it too. I hope you can make it. Um, because, it's a lot of fun. Last week was a lot of fun. A lot of people really enjoyed the party. So I hope you guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, around this time right here, right now. Well, no, actually a little bit earlier in the night. Nicole will be live, and so maybe you guys can come check out Nicole. All right, Nicole Hoop will be live tomorrow. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this circle. I hope you enjoyed this time. I hope you enjoyed being here with me now. And I hope all of you will have a fantastic evening. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourself. And, I hope to see you at the party on Friday, or see you at tomorrow's live with Nicole. Okay? All right, everyone. Good night.